All right, finally, I want to end with metabolic health and the importance of metabolic health. We've all heard, considering the situation, circumstances that we're in right now, the people that have strong metabolic health are the people that are resilient in any situation. This includes colds and flus. What do we mean by strong metabolic health? The absence of metabolic syndrome. All right, basically having an ideal blood pressure, ideal fasting glucose or insulin sensitivity or blood sugar handling or whatever you want to call that. I mentioned lipids here, but lipids is such a tricky topic. All right, what we're looking for is good inflammatory markers and a normal body weight. And I think the best way to measure that, honestly, is, well, let me just finish this real quick. So insulin resistance is when the cells of the body don't respond properly to hormone insulin, and it is the driving factor that leads to type 2 diabetes and metabolic syndrome. So insulin resistance and metabolic derangement, I would say, is the result of a few things. Eating crap food, which includes refined carbohydrates, but also the highly processed oils. It is absolutely crucial that you avoid soybean oil, canola oil, corn oil, and all the different fake butters and spreads, because we now believe that these are more problematic when it comes to metabolic syndrome and diabetes and stuff than refined carbohydrates, because the body takes up these fats and it displaces its ability to get the right fats. And so these toxic fats disrupt the body's ability to create energy the right way, which leads to metabolic derangement. So it is absolutely crucial that you avoid these foods. If you eat out at restaurants, it's almost impossible to avoid them unless you ask a lot of questions and you get custom meals and stuff like that. I mean, if I go to a steak restaurant, usually a steak's going to be cooked on an open flame or something like that. But most dishes, if it requires any kind of fat or oil, you're going to be getting a whopping dose of that. And you have to avoid it like the plague, honestly. All right. So that's the first thing. Eating too often contributes to insulin resistance because you're just secreting insulin all the time, which is a big plug for eating 3 to 1 time a day, right? With no snacking in between. And then if you do that over time, that's where you run into problems, all right? So big picture, what are we trying to do with the SHT? We're trying to eat real food. We're being strategic with our carbohydrates, meaning we're getting them from real food sources and we're moderating the amounts. And we want to embrace periods of not eating and not snack all the time. That's what contributes to strong metabolic health, because eating real food implies that you're avoiding all those toxic fats and oils and stuff, okay? So I think that's all I want to say about that. To measure metabolic health, what we're looking for is a blood pressure that looks good, all right, or that's trending in a good direction. I take my blood pressure every morning when I come in here. Also, you can measure fasting glucose or get a continuous glucose monitor and measure your glucose. That's a very good sign of metabolic health. And then pulse rate. I love taking my pulse throughout the day. I just sit, take a few deep breaths, measure my pulse. I'm looking for something in the 60s, 70s at the most when I'm resting. And then you want a very low pulse rate when you sleep. I think those would be the main ones. And then, of course, like losing body fat if you have body fat to lose, okay? I think that's about all I got, y'all. I know that was a lot. That's about an hour, a little bit more. Let me see if I can stop sharing my screen here. How do I do this? Boom. All right, cool. It's about all I got. So if you got any questions, Trader Joe's has a brilliant ginger turmeric tea. Cool. Yeah, now to make ginger tea, thanks, Chandler. That sounds great. I used to boil ginger. Now what I'm going to do is juice ginger. I go to Whole Foods and I just say, hey, can you juice me some of this ginger? And I'm going to keep it in this cup in the fridge. Then I'm going to boil some water, pour it in a tea glass, and then just pour a little bit of that really potent ginger juice in there with some honey, probably some collagen, and that's going to be my ginger tea, okay? All right. All right, you guys do me a favor. What was I going to ask? Oh, if this was useful, let me know. Send me like a review, just saying something, right, that I can share with other people. If it was useful, share it with someone else. Share that it was useful with someone else. We're going to have this up in the community as a course, all right? So that's going to be exclusive to members of the community. I am going to email out this presentation to the Combine members because that's part of being a part of the Combine here, but they won't have access to all the different ongoing stuff that comes with being in the community, okay? So a lot of work goes into this stuff. I want it to be useful. I'm here to help, and I'm living a life of service, and that's the best thing that you can do to help me out. So, all right, for a joke, watch this more stress. I will. Thank you so much. I guess everyone can watch that too. Cool. It's about all I got, y'all. Y'all make it a great day. Keep it real. Eat real food. Get to bed on time. Here's the secret to health. Eat real food. Get to bed on time. Get up early. Work out. That's it. Maybe meditate. It's not that complicated. I know it's hard, but we can help each other. All right. Later.